Going over to question 14, which choice most logically completes the text? And when we're completing the text, that's a predictive question. In a sense, we're predicting what will come next. But if you summarize the text, one of the answers will usually match what you said in your summary. So let's try that. Ratified by more than 90 countries, this protocol is an agreement ensuring that indigenous communities are compensated when their resources and knowledge are utilized by corporations. However, the protocol has shortcomings. For example, it allows corporations to insist that their agreements with communities to conduct research remain confidential. Therefore, some indigenous advocates express concern that the protocol may have the unintended effect of doing what? So we have this agreement that is ensuring that indigenous communities are going to be compensated when their resources and knowledge of plants and animals are being used by corporations. However, it has shortcomings. It allows the corporations to insist that their agreements with communities remain confidential. And then there's the concern from advocates that therefore it's going to have the intended effect of doing what? So if you have big corporations making secret agreements with powerless indigenous people, what may happen is obviously that the corporations may take advantage of sort of the powerless people. And so that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the idea that the corporations will take advantage of the people because they have these private agreements. And if the agreements are exploitative in any way, no one will know about it because they're confidential agreements. So let's look at the answers. A, diminishing the monetary reward that corporations might derive from their agreements with indigenous communities. Diminishing the monetary reward, that might actually be good, but then it says that the corporations might derive. So we're more worried about protecting the indigenous people here, so we can get rid of that one. B, limiting the research that corporations can conduct on the resources. Well, we're thinking about the corporations taking advantage of the people. So we're not really caring about whether or not the corporation's research is limited. C, preventing independent observers from determining whether the agreements guarantee equitable compensation for the communities. Well, that's pretty good because the idea is that the agreements are confidential. So independent observers, advocates, would not be able to help out. And that's kind of what C is saying there. So I'll at least keep that for later. And D, discouraging indigenous communities from learning new methods. Well, no one's really talking about whether or not the indigenous people are learning new methods. It doesn't really match up with what the main idea of the paragraph said because we're talking about protecting them from uneven arrangements with powerful corporations that are going to be held in private. So we can get rid of D, and the answer remaining here is C.